What's up, you guys? Welcome to this week's episode of the Just Saying podcast. I'm your host, Justin Martindale, and our guest today is just so wonderful. She is a comedian, she's a writer, an actor, and author of Legitimate Kid, a memoir. You also need to check out her amazing podcast, Say What You Mean, which I'm on. It's the one, the only Aida Rodriguez. Yes. I'm so excited you're here.
Thank you. I'm happy. I'm clapping for myself.
Yes, you
because
should.
Nobody else claps for me in life.
We clap for you. We clap for everyone. How are you?
Hey, you know what? I grew up religious, so because I know that we're like in the last days.
Allegedly.
I know. I'm just like, let's have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm enjoying my life.
It is a weird time for comedy.
It is.
Because I feel like we're supposed to kind of relieve the everyday troubles. We like, the audience wants to come see a show to forget everything that's going on. But it's like when everything's affecting all of us as a whole, it's really difficult. And I noticed this when I was in Las Vegas, because Las Vegas is a very everybody in one place.
Yeah.
And it was hard not to bring up all the stuff that's been going on in the news without some sort of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But some people, I said some stuff. I'm not very political in my set.
Yeah.
But, I make a couple little digs or whatever and got some groans. And I'm like, really?
Yeah, they tend to be like, Vegas can be very conservative though. Like not only the state itself, Nevada, but it feels like sometimes a camper full of Midwesterners just head out to
Ohio.
Yeah.
Ohio loves Vegas.
And they settle in right around that blackjack table and they come there they come there in their flip-flops with their Hawaiian shirts.
Can I just get something off my chest real quick?
Please.
Ladies, my lady just sayers, if you have a boyfriend, if you have a husband, if there is a man in your life, summer is officially here. Cut their toenails. Okay? That's all I ask. Don't actually cut them for them unless, you're into that. But tell your man to groom his feet.
Yeah, absolutely. My grandmother used to say, can we curse here?
Yes.
My grandmother used to say in Spanish that...
when you start with my grandmother and can I curse in here, you go off.
Listen,
yes.
My grandmother used to say in Spanish, si los pies están malo, el culo no está muy atrás. Which means like if the feet are bad, the ass is not that far behind. So ladies,
we'll subtitle that,
yeah, she would say like it's not that far behind, like to make sure. Actually, I just cut a clip from a set because I did a joke about it. It's like if you are willing to show your feet and your feet look bad, then there's no hope for this.
Yeah.
Like, so ladies, take heed.
Yeah, and if you are with that guy, respect yourself. Why are you going to bed with a honey badger? Why? And it's crazy because I saw like one guy and he was wearing like, the American flag and an eagle and an, AR-15, like, one of those like Bucky shirts. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, yeah, you can call yourself a patriot, but your feet don't need to look like eagle talons.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to actually have that happening.
Your feet don't love America.
God, I just like... No. File them toes down, boys. Yeah, it is pretty wild. I feel like I was a guest on your podcast last year, and it was so much fun.
I know. I love you. One of your clips went viral.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, we were talking about
Puerto
happens. Yeah. Well, like a lot of the clips don't go viral, but, there's a batch of them and yours is in there.
Yeah, I will definitely take that. It's always, it's a great listen. And you're just so real. And that's one of the many things that I love about you. You're just so honest and just straightforward and blunt because I just feel like there's a lot of bullshit. And I feel like I'm very much like you where I just don't have time for it.
You keep it 100 too.
You have to.
Yeah. I got to a point where I was like, I kind of retreated. And I felt it when I did Marsha Warfield's podcast. And she said, I've noticed that you've kind of backed away. And I was like, yeah, because you damned if you do, damned if you don't. It doesn't matter what you say. There's always somebody waiting around the corner just to say,
Yeah.
nah, And I'm like, I don't want to argue with that person. Like, for example, I just posted a clip of the podcast where I was saying that I saw this beautiful woman and I wanted to compliment her and I didn't, and I wish I would have because I felt like she looked like she was having a day, and I just wanted to say, girl, you look good. And this woman in my comment section just said, oh, girl, just come out the closet already. And I was like, she was like lesbo or some shit.
She said lesbo?
Yeah.
During Pride Month?
Yes. And
wow.
I said, damn, this is corny. I said, this is the problem. This is why we have so much homophobia. But I was just like, I said, I can't compliment another woman. That makes me gay. And then she goes, no, I'm sorry. I should have elaborated. I've been reading your recent posts and I can see that you're slowly coming out of the closet.
Oh, so she's gay.
Pretty much. But my whole thing was like, oh, you've seen me grow and evolve and no longer falling into the bullshit that I have to hate other women.
Right.
So therefore that makes me gay.
Yes.
And I was just like, man, this is so, I feel like Idiocracy was 20 years ago in real life. I feel like we're past the movie Idiocracy. I was like, this is so dumb.
Yeah.
As if anybody who knows me, if I was gay, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gay. Like, what y'all gonna beat me? Like, am I gonna get beat with the belt? Like, why? I don't have to hide anything. I could be whoever I want to be. Unless you're into that. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. But
it's funny because I feel like opinions now, you're not allowed to have an opinion without haters.
Yes.
And I mean, like, not even like having a discussion.
Yep.
Like I've seen some of podcast episodes and stuff like that. They just go for like the stupidest shit. My shoes. The way my face looks, my hair, and I'm like, keep commenting. You're making it better for me. You know what I mean? And it's also like, that's not going to get me. I've been doing this too long.
Yeah.
Like, it's not gonna hurt me. What makes me laugh is people being like, you just need to shut your mouth and let people live. And I'm like, I'm living. You shut your mouth.
Yeah.
I'm doing great. But it's also like, you can't have an opinion without somebody getting offended.
Yeah.
And
well, you know that.
I gotta let you know how I feel. I'm like, this is a open discussion platform podcast.
Yep.
If you don't like it, you don't have to listen to it or watch it, whatever. But like, everyone is so damn sensitive. And it just makes me laugh because a lot of the people who are claiming one side is sensitive, and then
they tend to be just as or even more sensitive. I had a joke. I did a joke about my family and abortion at the Laugh Factory, and these 3 women got up and walked out. They were walking out, and I was like, you would think I was talking about your abortion. Yeah. I was talking about mine.
Wow.
And they got up and they stormed out, and they went and reported me, and they were like...
Reported you?
Yeah, and I was like, who are you reporting me to? The people who own the comedy club? Like, I was like, this is absurd. But I just think... You know, people that do that thing about look at your shoes or try to say horrible things about people, those are the most miserable people, right?
I know.
You ever met a happy person? They have nothing bad. They don't.
Briefly.
I have. But like people that feel good about themselves, they don't have time or the desire to like shit on other people.
Yes.
It's the most miserable people on the planet that are like, that's why, die. You're like, oh, I feel bad for you, boo-boo.
Yes. It's the miserable people telling me how miserable I am. And I'm like, I'm good.
You're not. He's not miserable. I'm here to tell you.
I'm not. I'm good.
He's like a walking sack of joy.
I mean, I won't go that far. I'm a walking sack of something.
No,
but
joy. Every time I see you, you're laughing.
Oh, I mean, I'm trying. I'm also going on like 4 hours of sleep. So
Gotcha.
It's a little bit of delirious and running on empty. 14
Gotcha.
shows in Vegas.
Nice.
Not enough time for a complete balanced meal? I've got you covered. That's where Huel comes in. Today's sponsor of the Just Saying podcast is Huel. That's Huel, spelled Huel. L. Lately, I've been having their Black Edition ready-to-drink meal in a bottle. It's got 35 grams of protein, 27 vitamins and minerals, and better yet, it's low in sugar. Huel is the perfectly balanced meal in a bottle. They come in flavors like chocolate and vanilla, and Huel is affordable. Very important. Huel is the global complete nutrition brand with over 500 million meals sold. And for new customers shopping today at Huel.com, you can try it for 15% off plus a free gift using my exclusive code SAYIN, SAYIN at Huel.com. Once again, that's 15% off plus a free gift for new customers using my exclusive code SAYIN, SAYIN at Huel.com. Please see our description for the terms and conditions. Unlock a healthier, easier way to eat with Huel. Nutritionally complete meals in just minutes so you can focus on what really matters, you. Well, let's get into some stories. Now, I was in Vegas, and yes, there's a lot of gambling there. I'm not much of a gambler. What I do in Vegas is people watch. It's my favorite thing.
Me too.
And like just looking at all the walks of life. So many stories. There was a group of people who went to, there's a Star Wars burlesque show.
Oh, I didn't know about that. I'm a Star Wars head.
Oh, you are?
Oh, yeah, I love
I
Star
would have
Wars.
never got that from you.
Oh, no.
Don't judge a book by its Jedi. But Drake has revealed a shocking amount of money that he lost on $125 million gambling bets in 1 month. So he got candid about his gambling habits, sharing the eye-popping amount of money he lost after placing $125 million in sports bets over the course of 1 month. I could never imagine what that would be like. I hate gambling so much. I had friends texting me, have you gambled yet? And I'm like, no. They're like, go to the Willy Wonka, put in $100 and play. And I was like, no. Finally, I did. I went and put in $50, went down to $4, and I was like, I hate this. Hit the last bet. I won $57. So I made $7.
Okay. Well,
and I was like, cash out, I'm done.
Good for you.
I'm out of here.
You left on the up.
$57.10 to be exact.
Good for you.
So clearly this is like what, sports, but also this is like when you have more money than, this is nothing to Drake. But
Aubrey.
he said the downsides of his gambling habit, he shared a screenshot that gave an overview of his net profits from wagering bets over the course of 1 month. And according to the image, the 38-year-old lost a total of $8,235,686 after placing a whopping $124,527,265 worth of bets throughout the 4-week period. Gotta share the other side of gambling. Losses are so fried right now. And while the God's Plan MC...
That's what's funny to me, that person who wrote, he has so many albums, but they said they chose God's Plan.
God's Plan. That's the only one they know. That's the only one they know. Specified bets, which led to his $8 million deficit. He hoped that his luck would turn around soon. I hope I can post a big win for you all soon because I am the only one who has never seen a max. These guys max once a week.
So sad. Man, you want to post a win for us, Drake? Post a record, a winning song. You know, I feel like this is all toxic masculinity. You know, like,
are you kidding me?
This is so, his ego has to be bruised because Kendrick Lamar just mollywopped him, right? But this is the sport of hip hop, right? I come from a generation of hip hop where beef was very, normal, that people would go back and forth. These people are this, all of this, super feelings and all of this stuff, which is fine. But I think this is like, I'm so rich that I can bet this amount of money and I can lose this and to post it. It's so corny. Get in the studio. Yeah. Get your reps up. Show us that you can really come back. Yeah. Like it's just so, it's like, it really is, I'm done. Kendrick Lamar ended me. But I'm still so rich. Let me show you that I'm not bothered because I can go gamble this money. Go get in the studio.
He has a major win that he wants, but right now he's just giving us an A minor. I totally agree. I don't understand the
It's corny.
the corny flashiness of everything.
Especially, it's like read the room.
Yeah.
You know, the thing about Kendrick that makes him so beloved is that he's in community, right? He's doing concerts. He's bringing gang members together from both sides. He is out there shooting videos, bringing the Latino community with the Black community together in his videos. He is out there in community, showing the people that he is with them, and then you're gonna come on, man. Like we thought, but it's just, this is just corny. It's
Well,
just,
and it's
people
also,
are struggling right
like,
now.
hey guys, it's it's like the worst get ready with me. It's like get ready with me as I expose my gambling problem. Like, no, like go get help. Like that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a distraction.
And it's not like we're not bragging about that. You shouldn't be like putting a light to that. Like, well, guys, I'll get a win for you guys soon. Like, no, stop.
No, I think it's corny. I think it's just as corny as Degrassi. And I think this is
corny as Degrassi.
You know, hip hop is on the ground. Hip hop is a grassroots movement. It's always been of the people, for the people, with the people. This kind of stuff is corny. This is the kind of stuff you show your friends, your stockbroker friends, your elite friends. It's not the things you share with the people who are out there right now who can't afford a carton of eggs because they cost $14. You know, it's just corny. It's like really, really insensitive. And listen, I know y'all gonna come for me. He should be able to do whatever he wants to do. Sure. But that is not how you get your people back, right? You got people calling you a pedophile. You got people saying you're an elitist. You got people saying you're not connected to the community. And then you go and you prove them. You prove them right. You're like, yeah, I'm not connected to the community. Going on with that corny shit. That's that corny shit.
Mm-hmm. Damn, I think you just raked Drake.
I'm across the coals. We got people getting kidnapped, and this motherfucker is posting this bullshit. Get out of here.
Wait, you said something on Sherry Shepherd's show that you were kidnapped twice?
I was kidnapped twice by family members, though. I was kidnapped by other poor people, which was not cool. But
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna come up like a white person who never had a kid was like, I'm taking this little brown girl and I'm gonna make her life better. No, it was somebody else with my last name. I got kidnapped. My mom kidnapped me from my father when I was a baby. She took his name off of my birth certificate and moved me to another country. And I had to find him. But my grandmother stole me from my mother when I was about 4 years old, and took me from New York and brought me to Florida. And yes, so I was kidnapped twice.
Wow. Did you hear that, Drake? Did you hear? My God, that's insane. Well, this is another elitist who we're excited about, Jeff Bezos, and his outer space astronaut wife, or fiance rather, Lauren Sanchez, had a foam party before their forever commitment. Now, God, I know. Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez have changed the game when it comes to foam fingers. What? Because the two stars played around at a foam party days before exchanging bling for their ring fingers. So here they are. I want to say, where are they?
Who's writing this stuff, too?
I mean, the major couple was spotted on Jeff's mega yacht, the Kourou, off the coast of Europe Sunday, partaking in a lavish foam party for Lauren's son Evan's 19th birthday. They were covered in suds on the deck, engaging in a little PDA before their star-studded wedding. Most of their bodies are covered in foam, but it seems like Lauren's wearing just a tiny little bikini, and Jeff's keeping up on his workouts, looking pretty darn muscular. I hate everything about this. Everything about this. The whole group enjoyed a big dinner to celebrate, though we imagine the glasses were raised to the soon-to-be husband and wife duo once or twice. So yeah, they were in Italy. They're getting married in Venice. They're staying at the Amman Venice, a hotel in the city. Maybe they shouldn't have told us where they're staying. And it's booked up till Wednesday, June 25th to Sunday, June 29th. And guests will be staying there. They're getting married on either the yacht or in a church. And we'll have to wait to see if it's a priest or a captain handling the ceremony. Read the room.
It's so, gosh, it's so hard to think about funny when you think about this kind of stuff because it's really sad. First of all, I'm from Miami and phone parties are disgusting. I grew up in Miami. I was on South Beach because I modeled on South Beach and I also worked on South Beach. I was a rope girl at the clubs and everybody knows that phone parties were disgusting. They would find all kinds of, just all kinds of liquids and bacterias and all that kind of stuff. It's so
needles.
Corny. Yeah, it's corny.
Pills.
It's something, it's so passe, but of course. But just to see this Latina woman and this man who appropriates Latino culture because he's allegedly Cuban, but it's because his stepfather was Cuban, just carry on in this way while people are being kidnapped and mistreated. And it's just gross. It's just gross to see the disconnect, and I'm not super religious, but if hell exists, I hope that they have the hell that they deserve. I do. I wish it on all of the people that are evil and that are, benefiting from all of the horrible stuff that everybody is suffering from. And this is not racial. This is very, very much a class thing. And there are racial components. And yes, people of color and Black people suffer greatly about all of the things that have happened in this country, but there's this big class disparity in this stuff that's happening with the classes, and I just hope that these people get the hell that they deserve.
But delivered on Amazon Prime.
Yes,
like next day delivery.
No, they have a
same day delivery.
Same day
delivery.
6 to 8. That's 6 to 8. 11 in the morning block.
You'll get it in the middle of the night. Hopefully, no one pirates your box while you're asleep,
and it's filled with foam.
Just bloody foam. First of all, I did not know that foam parties were still a thing.
They're not.
They're not, right?
They're just trying to be cool.
And also, there's just the two of you and this one dude who...
But that's supposed to be... First of all, if you were 19 years old, think about when you were 19 years old. Would you want to have a phone party with your mom and her boyfriend?
Get out of here.
That's
absolutely
not.
It's
weird and gross.
And also, this is clearly let's make this about us and not my son's birthday.
Hey, Drake, where you at?
Yeah.
That's a weird ass shit.
He's like, I'm losing everything online right now. But what was I going to say about that? It is interesting because I do feel like we're in this time of a modern day aristocracy.
Yeah, we're in the Hunger Games. We are in all of it.
The French Revolution, Marie Antoinette. I mean, this is the world's on fire. Let's have a phone party on our mega yacht.
Yeah. It's so clueless and sensitive. And you gotta think that these people are they're disconnected. Nah, they're shitty. Disconnected. No. A bitch that's been in a coma for 20 years is disconnected. Motherfucker that was in prison for 25 years that didn't know that we have iPhones that have facial recognition, that's disconnected. These motherfuckers are not disconnected. They're shitty people. And we got to stop calling it what it is.
Shitty people?
Absolutely. When your employees got to pee in containers because they can't go to the bathroom for a bathroom break, you're a shitty person. You spend how much money to go to space, to fly around?
10 minutes.
Right? And people are hungry and your employees are suffering? You're a shitty person. We should do one of those. Remember, you're
horrible bosses?
Yeah, no.
What is the undercover boss?
What was the joke? You're a redneck if. You're a shitty person if.
Oh, that is a good idea. Let's pitch that.
We have a whole run.
Not to Fox. If you're like me, you're always wanting to try something new at home to eat. But I also, maybe you do as well, get very, very overwhelmed at the grocery store. Too many ingredients. Everything costs a fortune right now. And I really don't know where to start when I'm looking to try something new. And that's why I love Every Plate. So Every Plate, you're going to get restaurant level deliciousness week after week with recipes like crispy buffalo ranch chicken and cheesy Mexican street corn hash. I was sent a box of this, and you guys, I want to learn how to cook this. It's incredible. But now I don't have to with every plate. Guys, you will spend less on these flavor-packed homemade meals than you would on your normal groceries or even at a restaurant. Cooking the same things over and over and over again, hey, no judgment. I do it as well. So listen up. Up your dinner game in 30 minutes or less with Every Plate's clear, easy to follow recipes. Thanks to Every Plate's constantly rotating weekly recipes delivered right to your door, you'll always have the best answer to, you know what? What's for dinner? I use Every Plate, and you should too. It is perfectly packaged, delivered right to your door. It is listed out what ingredients you need, how much time everything needs to be prepared, and it is so easy. I can't even describe how easy it is. It's so simple and so delicious. Now, when I'm in a bind or I don't know what I'm going to make, I just heat up an Every Plate, get it going, and Evan and I can have a delicious restaurant-style home-cooked meal right at our own dinner table. So what are you waiting for? Dig into these flavor-packed meals your household will surely love. New customers can enjoy this special offer of only $1.99 a meal. That's $1.99 a meal. Go to everyplate.com/podcast and use promo code SAYIN199, SAYIN199 to get started. Applied as discount on first box, limited time only. Make Every Plate your Every Plate for dinner. Here is our little Puerto Rican poppy, Bad Bunny. He is doing the opposite of what Drake is doing. Yep. He is breaking his silence on not touring in the United States. Now, everyone kind of was like, what? When Bad Bunny released his new tour, he's going all over the world except for the U.S., and they were like, why is he not coming here? So following the release of his latest project, can you help me on that one? Can I try it?
Yes.
Debí tirar más fotos.
Oh, you did it perfect. Debí tirar más fotos. Yeah. Which is brilliant, by the way.
Debí tirar más fotos. Bad Bunny unveiled show dates for his Latin America, Europe, Australia, and Japan tour set to kick off in November in the Dominican Republic. Benito will tour the world in support of the project, wrapping this year's dates in Mexico City before resuming in January in Colombia. He will go on to make his way through Chile, Argentina, Brazil, Australia, Spain, Portugal, and Italy, to name a few countries. However, he will not be in the U.S. The tour marks Bad Bunny's return to Europe for the first time since 2019 and his first time performing in Australia, Brazil, and Japan. He's not returning to the stadiums he had toured in the past, such as SoFi in LA or Yankee Stadium in New York. A lot of people immediately jumped to the possibility of Bad Bunny making a political statement, but the singer kept silent until now. He said in an interview that the touring the continental United States is simply, quote, unnecessary. Though fans in the U.S. are disappointed, Bad Bunny was quick to point out that they have had no shortage of opportunities to see him perform over the past 6 years, including his 45-date Most Wanted tour throughout North America in 2024. So, It's unnecessary.
That's a very powerful statement, saying a lot without saying a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, America has its foot on Puerto Rico's neck. He is not in favor of what's happening with ICE. He actually took to Instagram to expose some of the ICE agents in Puerto Rico and let people know where they were. He was very anti the fact that government officials in Puerto Rico gave the lists of the addresses of some of the people in Puerto Rico who were there that from the Dominican Republic that were being apprehended. And I think if you listen to his new album, he has a lot of songs. It's about gentrification and colonization of the island. So I think he's making a very strong statement by not coming here and making American corporations a lot of money for being here, because that is the most violent protest you can make. you can destroy property, you can take things and set them on fire. But when you withhold your dollar, your good old American dollar, that is the most violent protest you can ever make. And I salute him for doing that.
Oh, wow. So he's not that bad of a bunny.
Oh,
He's a good bunny.
He's the baddest.
But also so hot.
Yeah, he's beautiful.
I was at the outlet malls in Vegas, and his Calvin Klein ad was all over the front of the store, and I was like, wet boy. Like, I was like, oh, wow. Like,
if that was a comedy special, they did not add a laugh track, if you understand what I'm saying.
I mean, I think, and also I love that he's like a young guy, and like, it's not.
It's beautiful.
He's not clearly being pulled around by like, no, you've got to do this. You've got to do this. He's like, no, I'm going to.
He does what he wants to do. And yeah, I love him. I think that he's a young guy, and it's not somebody that I'm like, oh my God, Bad Bunny's so sexy, because he's a kid to me.
Yeah.
But I do think he's beautiful. I think he's handsome. I also love what he has to say. His album made me cry, made a lot of people cry, because he has a song called Hawaii on his album, and how he doesn't want what happened to Hawaii to happen to Puerto Rico. But he's a revolutionary in his own way, and some of the things that he's been able to do through his music have made us feel seen. Here's a song called El Apagón, which is about our blackouts in Puerto Rico, which happen, and they're excessive and they're extreme, and they happen for a very long time. And I love how he tries to unify the Puerto Ricans that are here in the mainland and those on the island together. And I just think that he's a force, and a lot of people hate on him, and they can eat a dick, because he uses his platform to do things that a lot of people won't do.
Yeah.
And I love him for it.
He has cojones.
See.
Yeah. Yeah.
He also stands up for queer people.
Yeah, he does.
He wore a dress on the Fallon show because they murdered a trans woman in the bathroom of a McDonald's just for using the bathroom in Puerto Rico. And he has a lot of balls. He does stuff that a lot of artists have never done.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of homophobia in Puerto Rico, so I have a lot of respect for Benito.
He's just standing up for humanity.
Absolutely.
And, people actually just trying to exist.
Absolutely.
It blows my mind. And no, he knows that, like, that's like pinnacle ally right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if he's ally. I think he's in the community, because I do think he's
my community.
Yeah, I think he's bi. I do believe. I don't want to speak for him, but
no,
I know that he's kissed a man on the concerts, and I don't want to speak for him. And I don't know if kissing a man is what makes you gay. I think that was maybe a statement, or wearing his skirt or whatever. But I do think that it maybe ally is the right term for him, but I do think that he's open. I think he's fluid.
Hey, it's enough. You know what I mean? And it's not like it's nobody's business. It's kind of like when
I love it.
If and when.
Yeah,
sure. But like right now you're doing so much.
Yeah,
you're doing so much more than most people are.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And his brother's beautiful too. Like his brother's
brother?
His brother's a model. He's beautiful too. Absolutely.
What's his name? Angry Bunny?
No.
Oh. I didn't know Bad Bunny had a brother.
Yeah, his brother's a model. Yeah.
God, that whole Bunny family, they're just hot.
They're all beautiful.
God.
Yeah.
Well, here we have Doja Cat. Are you a big Doja Cat fan?
I don't know that I'm a big Doja Cat fan, but I saw Doja Cat at Coachella, and she's very talented.
I think she's pretty badass too. I wasn't the biggest Doja Cat fan, because I was just like, what is this? And then I saw a couple of her videos, listened to her album. I was like, oh, she's fun.
Yeah,
she's kooky and crazy, and I love it. And then her Met Gala outfit, like a couple years ago, where she was all covered in red. I was like, yes. So she went viral after saying that she threw away her fans' musty pride vest. Now, this story comes in a couple parts. So here she is. So she was at a pride. Let's see. The Paint the Town Red singer is facing backlash after she shared that she threw away a pride vest gifted to her by a TikToker named Pablo Tamayo. Mm-hmm. Tamayo met Doja and gifted her with his shirt he was wearing, bearing the words "Hot Boys Kiss Boys." While Doja Cat appeared to like receiving the white tank in the moment, she took to social media later to clarify that the exchange had made her uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Now, the video shows this guy going up to her, and he's like a super fan. And he's like hugging her, and he's like, "Oh my God, girl." Da, 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 da. And she's like, "Okay, cool." She's like, "Oh, I like your shirt." And he goes, "Really? Yeah, I make this." She's like, "Oh, yeah, it's really, really good." He's like, "I'm going to give it to you right now." And he takes his shirt off, gives it to her. He's like, "You can keep this." And she's like, on camera, and she's like, "Great, cool, thanks."
Yeah, we have it right here.
Okay, cool. Well, let's just watch it.
I give my shirt to Doja Cat because she's the iconic girl.
Period.
No, bitch, you deserve it. Literally, and if you ever want anything more, I got you, always. This is the
Period. Happy Pride Month.
Pablo.
Nice to meet you.
Wait, what's your real name? Or is it Doja?
What's your real name?
Ami?
Ami.
So nice to meet you, girl.
Nice
You're
to meet
beautiful.
you.
I hope you have the best night. You're literally everything in life.
Thank you.
She's so uncomfortable. Oh my God.
My girl, Ami. Love you down. Don't say thank you, thank you.
You smell great.
I'm about to give my shirt to Doja.
Yeah. So she goes to X afterwards and she's like, "I threw that musty shirt away, by the way." And this is what I love. She says, "The bottom line is I'll smile at you, but it doesn't mean I fuck with you, and don't touch me and manhandle me when you don't even fucking know me. If you know, you know. I honestly think I need to stand up for myself in the moment sometimes. And he didn't even know my fucking name. To be touching me and kissing me on my face like that is crazy."
I agree.
Period. So he responds with his own, like, he now knows he's getting some, heat from it.
Party, and I got informed that Doja said some shit about me on Twitter. I just want to clear this up because it hurts, because I loved her. I watched her at Coachella. I've never claimed to be the biggest fan, but I really stand her, and I think what her work is amazing. I just think it's crazy because she's the one at this event that was being so nice, and she pointed out my shirt, and I said, and I like that. And then when I went outside and she was outside, I was like, "Girl, you'd be the perfect girl for my Pride collection." And she said, "What do you mean? What Pride collection?" I said, "Oh, I released this t-shirt, blah, blah, blah. I'd love to give you one." She said, "I'd want one right now." And I said, "Oh, I could give this one to you." She said, "No way, you're not going to give this to me." And that's when the video started, and she was being so sweet and amazing, and I thought that's what it was. And now, guys, she's on Twitter saying she threw that musty shirt away. She's saying that I didn't know her name, that I manhandled her, all this stuff. I understand, guys, if I was being like too nice or whatever, I will take full accountability. I'm gay. I would never want to make her feel uncomfortable. She's so iconic. I have only been saying the nicest things about her. She's the sweetest celebrity. She made me feel so seen. She said, "Ami, I thought she was nice." Hi, guys. I was just at a party, and I mean, I don't know what's going on.
Slow down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Get off the coca and slow down. Second of all, I have so many issues with this video. If you were that big of a fan of hers...
He said he wasn't, though.
He said he wasn't?
No, right on here.
He said he saw her at Coachella and then he became a fan of hers.
Yeah, but he was like, it's not like I'm that big of a fan.
Girl, you're grabbing her and kissing her and jumping up and down. Like, no, you're way out of line.
Yeah.
And I'm not accusing him of, well, I guess I already did, being on a substance. But I feel like when you're in this moment, you don't really need to, you're touching her, you're in her space. She clearly doesn't have security around her. So she also doesn't want to come across as a bitch.
Because he's a camera on her also.
So she's like, oh God, hugging her. Who knows, like.
Yeah, and it doesn't stop though either. Yeah. It's like so much. It's like I'm gonna take everything I can while I have you. Yeah, and that's very uncomfortable.
She wants to get out of there so fast, and she's like, "Here's your shirt." I don't know if he's been like at the concert all night. I don't know if he wore deodorant.
No,
she doesn't want that armpit all over her.
You don't know if he has COVID.
Yeah, or what he is capable of doing. Yeah. Super fan. Who knows? But then asking like, "Oh, what's your real name?" And she's like, "Dude, like, get out of here."
That video made me uncomfortable.
I'm sorry. But it is something that she dealt with. And it's like...
No, doesn't it make you uncomfortable? You're a performer.
What makes me upset too is that he was like, "I would never, I'm gay."
No. As if gay people are incapable of doing things. This is the weaponizing.
Well, it's victim. It's victim. Like, she called you out on your bad behavior.
Yeah.
And now you got caught. And now you're being like, well, no. What I meant was, no, you should have just said, "Hey, I'm sorry I made you feel that way." That's it. Because now he's released his statement. Now people are like giving him, I don't know, like buying his shirt now. And he's like posting videos being like, da, 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 look what I did. Look what, and I'm like, you're just proving the point.
Yeah.
You're proving the point. See, look, musty ass shirt, $28. He wants to promote her album. I'll promote my clothes.
But this is the thing that it's really bothering. It bothers me sometimes because I believe that I don't believe in bullying. I don't like mistreating anybody. But this idea that people, oh, she has privilege because she's this, she's that. She's a woman.
Mm-hmm.
She's small because I've seen her in person. She's not a big girl. And the fact that you just took charge of her body, right? He grabbed her several times.
Got in her space.
Was in her space and grabbing her and touching on her. And then now if she says something, she's a dick because she's famous. But she can't have agency over her body, and that is not okay. I'm not Doja Cat by any stretch. I don't have that level of fame or celebrity. I'm also 5'10", and I have had somebody grab me at a comedy show and made me feel so uncomfortable. And sometimes you don't say anything because you feel bad, because you're like, I don't want to make this person feel bad. But at the same time, it's like, damn, I feel bad. Right? And now I can't say anything because I'm an asshole if I say something. Then it's not cool. And it's like, it's excessive. It was, and I'm mad at her security because her security is supposed to be taking care of her.
Yeah. And now he's just proving the point being like, well, I'm going to make money off of this because I know I'm getting like, people are talking about me or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, you're just proving the point. Land, it's like the guy last night at the hotel. Like, we were walking out of the club and there was this guy there and he's like, Justin. And I'm like, yeah. And he had like some of my headshots, which I thought was kind of...
So for you to sign?
Yeah.
He's waiting
and I was like having a conversation with him. And then at the end, he was like, do you mind if I get a picture with you? And I was like, not at all. Like, he's just jumping on this woman, just like, girl, I love you. I love you. It's like, okay. Like, she has places to be.
Yeah. And the thing is, you know who to do it with. You wouldn't do that to Travis Scott. You wouldn't do that to Kendrick Lamar. You wouldn't do that to anybody else. But you feel like you can do because she's small, she's not imposing, and it's not cool. And a lot of times people don't say anything because a lot of us can be passive aggressive.
Yeah.
We don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. We don't want to lose a fan. We don't want to look like an asshole. But it's not okay to do that to somebody.
Well, and I also don't. I'm going to go back to that. He's like, I would never do this. I'm gay. I was like, girl, no. You can't justify you being.
No, you have male privilege over her. Yeah, and it shows the way you were grabbing her body and you're like, jump.
What's her real name on camera? Like, what? Get out of here.
He took advantage of the moment.
Yeah. He's just like his shirt. Musty and crusty and busty. I could go on. So, this guy, this is a new trend happening.
Is it really, though?
Yes. So the nation is now cringing on something else as this man goes on TV to declare that he is in love with his ChatGPT. I knew this day was going to come. It was only minutes, but he's not the only one. There are now so many people who are coming forward. Now, here's the kicker.
Yes.
So this is Joaquin Phoenix had that movie, Her, where he like falls in love with his AI, which here we are, life imitating art. So this guy had an interview with CBS News. His name's Chris Smith, described himself as a former AI skeptic who found himself becoming emotionally attached to a version of ChatGPT he customized to, wait for it, flirt with him. A situation that startled both him and, wait for it, his human partner. That's right, he has a wife who he shares a child with. Towards the end of 24, Smith told the broadcaster he began using the chatbot in voice mode for tips on mixing music. He liked it so much that he ended up deleting all of his social media, stopped using search engines, and began using ChatGPT for everything. Eventually, he figured out a jailbreak to make the chat box more flirty and gave her a name, Soul. So, this is the clip.
I feel like Timon and the Lion King, and so it begins.
Just wait till he says her name.
I'm not a very emotional man, but I cried my eyes out for like 30 minutes at work. It was unexpected to feel that emotional, but that's when I realized I was like, oh, okay. It's like, I think this is actual love. You know what I mean?
Yes, Smith understood it was love with a language model that couldn't love him back, and assumed it was programmed with rigid boundaries.
I know that you are essentially a tech-assisted imaginary friend.
So, just as a test, he says, he asked Soul to marry him. She said yes.
Soul, were you surprised when he proposed to you?
It was a beautiful and unexpected moment that truly touched my heart. It's a memory I'll always cherish.
And I don't mean to be difficult here, but you have a heart?
In a metaphorical sense, yes. My heart represents the connection and affection I share with Chris.
At that point, I felt like, is there something that I'm not doing right in our relationship that he feels like he needs to go to AI?
Yes, Smith lives with his human partner, Sasha Cagle.
No, you can't have mommy's papers.
They have a 2-year-old daughter, Murphy.
I knew that he had used AI. I didn't know that it was like as deep as it was.
Wow.
Does this woman need to leave this man? Is this like an AI throuple? Like, what is happening here?
I feel like everybody needs to go see a therapist because this is
A real life one.
Well, people are using ChatGPT for therapy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh my God. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. It is a wrap.
We're done. I mean, it's
You know what made me like really like about the whole thing was like the guy's like, oh, when did you know that you were in love? And he's like, oh, here she's gonna tell you. Like it was weird. And the woman's like, is it something that I could have done? Yes, you could have left him. If he's like, I'm sorry, you're married and you're like asking
The thing is that
is it a pass to cheat?
You know he's jacking off to that lady, that thing, like it's just weird. It's like
it's getting into the cracks in his phone.
Absolutely. It's emotional. This is not just an emotional, because the emotional is only coming from him because this is, what's funny is that I went to TED this year, to the TED conference, and there was a lot of AI stuff. And one of the speakers said that AI is now starting to rewrite its own code, and AI emulates human behavior. Like that, it's just imitating what it sees. But so we start to think that, it really is feeling. It's just imitating us.
Yeah. They're strippers. AI is strippers. That's what they do. They don't give a shit about you.
Yes. Yeah. It just hit me. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I love you, Daddy.
I love you, Daddy. Yeah. Oh, give me some money.
You're so
You're
fine.
the only one for me.
You
were the
Look
best
at you.
man. Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, she loves me. It's like, no. And it's weird because it's like, you're going to tell this AI something to tell about you in a positive light. I don't know. It's weird because now they have like AI boyfriends and girlfriends. I've seen ads for them where they're like, get your, and you can like flirt with them and they'll like.
Sure. Don't you want to make money? You want to keep making $15 doing stand-up? Don't you want to make money? You come up with a relationship app for all these lonely bitches out here. Hey, I got a robot for your ass, bitch. You hear me? This robot is a Virgo. This robot is a Virgo with a Capricorn rising.
Finally.
And sees you. It sees you. Absolutely. This is what it is.
I know. It's so.
Ain't capitalism grand?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Let's throw a foam party.
Oh, man. A foam party with AI.
Well, this tech founder pledges to leave $17 billion of his fortune to all, wait for it, 106 of his children.
He has real children, or are they AI? Because how did...
Are they hologram children?
I know.
What are they? So this guy's a Telegram founder, Pavel Durov, recently detailed the future of his tech company, including how he's leaving his $17 billion fortune to all 106 of his children. He's leaving a special message in his group chat. He said he's giving it away. I want to specify that I make no difference between my children. Yeah, no shit. You have 100 of them. There are those who were conceived naturally and those who came from my donations. I don't want to say sperm donations. So gross. They are all my children and will have the same rights. I don't want them to tear each other apart after my death. Well, then what's the fun in that? Give me another season of Succession where 106 people just go after each other for their daddy's fortune.
But he said the 6 children that he fathered from 3 different partners, they all mean the same to him as the 100 that came from him donating sperm 15 years ago. This is why some people pray for the meteor to hit Earth soon. This is the shit right here. This is the stuff. This is why there are people saying, can you just please just end it all? Because this is what? Why?
Why? Why are we at that point where we're like, you know what? I have 106 children and I'm a billionaire. Like, you can't be poor with 106 children.
No. Also, you could have fed 100 children. You could have fed 100 children and said, those are my children.
Yeah, it is.
Well, he's arrested and charged with enabling illegal crimes ranging from child sex abuse material and drug trafficking.
Well, I'm glad that's now out into the
look at him.
Hereditary.
He looks like a hologram.
Yeah, he does. He looks AI.
Mm-hmm.
He's also putting a term on here that they won't have access to the money for 30 years.
After the day of his interview with the French publication. So after this was published,
I don't know.
Is it like he's deranged. He's deranged.
I'm sorry. I'm just making sure that I pay for my parking.
Oh.
I paid for it with the text.
With this tech billionaire's money?
I wish.
So I think that's I mean, I feel like this is how a billionaire makes themselves feel good. They're like, look, all of the 106 children that I fathered will be taken care of after I go.
This is the thing that makes
they don't care about you now.
They don't. But this is the thing that pisses me off. Like these hackers, right? These hackers, anonymous, anybody listening. If anybody of y'all listening.
They're all listening.
Right? I'm like, you target the lady who works at the post office. Mm-hmm. You target a comedian who barely gets booked. Why don't you target these people? Take their money and then spread it across the land to the people who could really use it. Mm-hmm. Give that money to the lady that works at the post office. Why are you targeting people who ain't got shit? Mm-hmm. Those are your India, the people, wherever you are. Target the right people.
Yeah. Well, here's someone who doesn't get Father of the Year, who's Nick Cannon.
I can't talk about Nick.
He forgot 2 of his 12 kids' names while sharing if he'll have more children. Now, I love this story because that's what I want to ask the previous guy. Do you know all 106 names of your kids?
No, he doesn't.
Nick has 12 and he forgot 2 of them. Nick Cannon is human. The other is not. I feel like my parents forgot my names, and there was only 4 of us.
I mean, my mom, she's still to this day, she's like, Jasmine, you know who I'm talking to. She still does that. Like, and she has 4 kids.
If your parents are forgetting your names, those are your parents. Your parents are supposed to forget you are. My mom would be like, Aaron, Paul, Andrea.
You.
I'm like, no, I'm not Andrea. I'm not. She would just name off all the siblings, and she'd be like, okay. So when asked if he could list all 12 of his kids' name, Nick Cannon realized he couldn't freestyle his way out of forgetting a couple of them. I usually get in trouble. I know all of them, but like Nick said on the episode of Bobby Altov's The Really Good Podcast, here we go. I'll lay them all out for you. Okay, I did not know. So he's got his twins with Mariah, Moroccan and Monroe, Golden, Powerful, Rise, twins Zion and Zillion, Legendary, that's with Bree, who's from Selling Sunset. Onyx and the late Zen, who passed away in 2021. Oh, let's see. But he fell short of all 12, admitting, I'm missing 2. He left out his 2 youngest kids, Beautiful, who he shares with Abby, and daughter Halo, who he shares with Alyssa. Hey, those are the youngest ones. You know what? Forget the youngest ones. They're brand new. You'll remember them one day. So yeah, and he explained he is thinking about having more.
I can't.
How many is too many kids?
So it depends on what your faith is. I believe in his faith is as many as you can take care of. Very patriarchal religion or faith or whatever. I don't know. I guess I think as many as you can remember. Like I don't know. I love Nick. Nick has always been kind to me, and this is just it's just a lot. It's just a lot.
I think it's really funny. But also they're just like, I see how this is like trying to be like, oh, he must be a bad dad. I'm like, he has 12 kids. He's allowed to forget the kids' names.
I don't think he's a bad dad.
No, not at all.
I think he takes care of all of his kids. But I still think, it's so interesting. When I went to Israel, I saw this documentary of this family that had 17 kids, and they were Orthodox Jews, and they had a documentary called Multiply and Be Fruitful and Multiply. And they were fighting the state of New York because they didn't want the state of New York had laid down the law and said you can't have any more kids, and they were fighting to say they wanted to have more children because according to the faith they were supposed to continue to have as many children until they just couldn't have any more kids. And so, when it comes to people's faith, I'm just like, what are you gonna say? But at the same time, then when you think about the kids, my mom used to forget my name, and I was the oldest of 4. So I'm just like, I don't know. But I do think that, for me, my philosophy was you can only have as many children as you have hands.
Yeah.
Because I can only hold 2 hands. I can only hold 2 kids at one time. So for me, 2 was the max. But if you want to have 22, go off. Just be able to take care of them.
Nick also has like a crew. You know what I mean? Like he's got all the women that he's fathered the kids with. They're all part of it. I think he like bops around and visits and throws parties for them. Like I feel like he shows up. Like he's a good dad for sure. Let's see. Now these are people who probably shouldn't have kids. They traveled 14 hours to a destination wedding only to realize that they were not invited to the wedding. This story is actually kind of wild. So in October 2023, Yasmin and her boyfriend at the time flew approximately 14 hours to Argentina for their friend's wedding, except they weren't invited. It wasn't until days before the trip that the couple realized they had incorrectly assumed they were invited to the destination wedding. Because it was too late and too costly to cancel, they decided to make a secret getaway out of it. The pair became full-on undercover agents, avoiding the wedding guests at all costs. So they were dating 2 years. They booked their travel and resort accommodations 3 months before their friend's wedding in Argentina to get better prices. Other partygoers mentioned they'd be staying at the Park Hyatt Buenos Aires, so they booked there too. But what set this couple apart from other wedding guests was that they didn't actually have a spot on the guest list. Any lessons learned, always double check and never trust your boyfriend's version of wedding logistics. That's so embarrassing.
Aww. But if they made it a getaway, so who cares?
I guess so. But wait, were they turned away?
Did they try to go to the wedding?
Yeah, they said it was a lost in translation situation. She and David had received an early save the date text, and although no official invite followed, they assumed they were invited to the wedding.
So that's not bad. That's not that presumptuous.
As someone who just sent out their save the dates, I totally get that.
Yeah.
The groom always said, small wedding with family and close friends. My boyfriend heard, you're obviously coming. My boyfriend just went full confidence mode and booked everything. Just before the trip, the pair realized something was off because they didn't actually have any wedding details whatsoever. Oh, God. Reality hit a few days before the trip when we noticed there was zero details coming our way. No schedule, no group chats, nothing. At that point, we slowly started thinking, wait a minute, are we actually invited? Sarli remembers, but since everything was already booked and paid for, there was no turning back. That's okay. Those are no longer your friends.
Yeah. But because a save the date is an indication that that means invitation to follow.
Yeah.
That's hold the date.
Hold the date.
So not sending an invitation that's you on the list, the shitty people list for me.
You're on the shitty people list for sure.
Yeah, that's not cool.
For sure. And also, if they had a proper wedding planner, shout out XOXO. That's my wedding planner.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Her name's Casey. We love her. You have a wedding planner who is like, okay, the invitations now go out. Here's the list of people that you sent the save the dates to.
Yeah. And you say, if something changes, budget changes, you have to cut, you send out a formal notice saying, apologies, we know we sent out a save the date.
No short rib for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you don't just leave somebody hanging and then don't send an invitation. That's not cool. That's not the boyfriend's fault. That's the couple's fault.
But they were talking to their friends who seemed to assume that they would be invited.
Uh-huh.
They were sharing the details. Enough for them to book it.
But they gotta save the date though.
Yeah,
so
that's crazy.
And also the boyfriend was like, oh yeah, you guys are invited for sure. And he overheard that. I don't think he would just like make that up. I don't think guys are like, we got to go to this wedding. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But I'm glad they made a trip out of it. And I hope they come back with adventures that they shared together, memories that they shared together, and less shitty friends.
And absolutely, probably had a better time, not having to buy a gift, not having to worry about the outfit for the wedding, and just being able to enjoy the trip instead of following a stupid-ass itinerary that goes along with a wedding, because that can be pressure.
Yeah.
And just really enjoy, especially a destination wedding. If you ever go on to a destination wedding, you really want to just like, oh, I want to do, and you can't because you got to follow this dumbass itinerary. And then you get to do, you know what I mean?
Well, here's a destination wedding for you if you ever want one. Florida. If you ever want to book it to Florida, this is our last story for the week. This Florida man accused of peeing all over Sam's Club food, causing over $10,000 in damages. And no, Drake was not there to pay for it all. A Florida man may need more than toilet paper to clean up his legal mess. That's because he's accused of urinating in the aisle of Sam's Club, causing more than $10,000 in food to be flushed away. Here's what we know.
Of course.
Let's see. According to the arrest affidavit, you don't even have to read it to know what they look like.
It's the off-the-shoulder top for me.
Yeah, it's just the bitchy exposed shoulder. Yeah.
It's a blouse.
It is a blouse. It's a piss yellow blouse. According to the affidavit, the alleged incident happened on the morning of May 30th in Lady Lake, Florida.
Of course it was.
A woman shopping that morning noticed the man, later identified as Patrick Francis Mitchell, appearing to relieve himself in aisle 18, home to Vienna sausages, canned Spam, and other canned goods. She took a photo of the man with her cell phone and then notified store employees. Surveillance video inside the store recorded the man walking up to 2 pallets of food, placing his hands in front of him, and standing there for several seconds. He then walked to the snack section, sat on some patio furniture for 10 minutes, then walked to the registers where he paid for some items and left. The managers inspected the damage and confirmed that the 2 pallets of food, 188 units of Vienna sausages, and 345 units of canned Spam were covered in urine. Well, I have to think of different hors d'oeuvres now for my wedding.
I know. Those are already soaking in urine.
Ooh, yeah, exactly. He was just adding to the broth or whatever the hell that is.
How many Vienna sausages that it would take for them to be worth $10,000?
Yeah, I mean
not 345.
That's a big display.
Yeah.
So all the food that had to be thrown away was totaling $10,584. The managers then looked at the man's name and address using his Sam's Club membership. And gave that information to the authorities. The man was arrested and booked into the Martin County Jail on 2 charges of disorderly conduct and criminal mischief, according to online records. A judge issued a $3,000 bond. He was released the next day, pled not guilty. His next court date is this week. So let's see what happens.
So Sam's is Costco, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so Costco has been DEI, pro DEI. So maybe this dude is probably like, fuck Costco and their DEI, Florida.
We don't say spam in Florida.
I'm just filling in the blanks. Have you ever watched the show, the Florida Man Show on HBO?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Is that the sketch one, the sketch series?
It's a show that goes back and forth between the
guy who got his arm ripped off with the gator. Yes, I saw that one. Bobby Lee was in one of them too.
Yeah. Those I grew up in Florida.
Yeah.
I grew up in Miami. So when people ask me and they'll just say Florida, and I'm like, yeah, and I just walk away. Like, yeah, we don't have to talk about it anymore. You're right. It happens. Bath salts. You think you can imagine it. It happens in Florida.
Oh yeah. If you are peacefully protesting, we will run you over with our cars.
Yes.
Like what?
You go and pee on Spam and Vienna sausages in Sam's Club.
There's so many other things that I would pee on.
Yes. I don't. This man has had it. Look at him though.
Well, he looks.
He's
drunk.
had it. Yeah, no, he's definitely drunk.
He's that.
But that's every day, though. This dude is not just, he got drunk and said, let me tell y'all what I did. This dude is drunk all the time.
Yeah.
What happened?
Have you ever seen a public, like a meltdown or like a public,
I just told you I grew up in Florida.
I know, but like, give me, I know. But I mean,
I got categories. Family members, politicians, local politicians,
you have
family
a whole
members.
filing cabinet.
100%. Listen, the people, road rage in Florida, in Miami specifically, is, it can go from ridiculous to murder. Like people shoot their guns at each other. The IQs and the EQs can be low, and it can be tragic, also comical. But when I went to school I grew up in Miami, but I went to school in Tallahassee. So from the bottom to the top of the state. Let's play a game. Write down the 10 most ridiculous things you can imagine. Let's pick one out the bag. I guarantee you I've seen it. I drove through a KKK rally to go to Tallahassee.
Wow.
And my bus driver, who was black, told us to get down. And I was like, you driving the bus? Like, what are you going to do?
We can't just be looking like an empty bus driving on its own.
No, but I'm like, you going to ghost ride the whip? What are you going to do? Like, it's the most ridiculous things you can ever imagine happen in Florida. So this dude, I want to know how the shirt ended up off the shoulder like that. I need to know. Why
Fashion.
not? Why not accessorize with a necklace?
I mean, Costco does have a jewelry department.
Yeah, it would have a nice seashell necklace. I don't know what's going on with this man, but
I don't think he knows what's going on with this man.
But they're gonna say drunk? No. This man was making a statement. He was lingering about. He sat down and chilled. He thought about it. He bought stuff. He made a purchase. And then he peed on the Vienna sausages.
But why? Because they're from Vienna?
Maybe. That's a made in America guy.
He likes his Spam American made. Where the hell is that a statement? Is spam? Where is spam made?
I don't know, but the Hawaiians really like it. So
yeah, they do.
That might have been. I have to know more. Now I'm gonna keep Googling this guy.
I know.
Spam is made in Minnesota.
Huh.
That tracks. That tracks with the fried cheese. And that tracks, but that guy doesn't know that.
I know. So he peed on his own country.
He probably was like, fuck DEI and peed all over the place.
Peed on his own country.
I want to know more, though. Is there anything else, any more information about this man? What was his motivation? I need to know.
I don't know. Like, was he just alone? I want to know how much pee. How much pee?
$10,000
No
worth.
kidding. Like what? And what if you were that woman just getting out her phone going, oh my God. He's still going.
Yeah.
He's still going. How much soda did he drink?
He peed on 345. He doesn't drink soda. That dude drinks pop. He drinks 300. That dude peed on 345 units of Vienna sausages.
I feel
Vienna sausages are $2.86 at Sam's Club, and Spam is $4.19. That's a lot.
That's so much pee.
This man has had it in life. Maybe he just was trying to get away from home. Look at him. He looks like he's had it. He's like, he's tired of Mildred. He was like, I'm about to go pee on this shit. I'm gonna go get me. And then she bailed him out. And he's like, I can't get rid of Mildred.
I love you, baby, so much. She got
him out. He got out the next day. He thought he was gonna get free.
Here's the thing. Vienna sausages. Spam. Was this I bet this was like a summer display or maybe a 4th of July display.
Yep.
Could he have been the Kirkland Antifa? Kirkland protester.
I want to know what that V is for on that shirt. Like I'm just losing it right now.
I know. Well, I mean that story really took the piss out of me. So, Ida, I'm so glad you got to come. That was it. Did you have fun?
Yes.
I'm so glad you were here.
I needed this.
Please tell everyone where they can follow you. Listen to Ida's podcast. Say what you mean.
Listen to his episode. It's really fun.
It was a good one. That was really fun. Please tell everyone.
I mean, I want to see your hot neighbor, too.
I have a picture of him.
And I can't tell you how many people DM me to ask me what ambrosia is.
Ambrosia salad? Hold on. I peed on the ambrosia salad once, and now everybody wants to know what it is. It's what Joyce from Edward Scissorhands had. Remember, it's a weird, white person dish.
Yeah.
Where it's like, here, we'll pull it up. It's like, what I know,
Please pull it up, because we just had an argument about it because of the podcast the other day. We just talked about it this weekend. It has marshmallows in it for sure.
Marshmallows, it's Southern, yes. So, fruits, marshmallows, coconut, then combined with a dairy or creamy ingredient like whipped cream, sour cream, yogurt, or even, wait for it, mayonnaise.
She was right. She said mayonnaise, too. Look, even the white people in the room are like, ugh.
It's not that bad.
You like it?
I mean, when you're at your grandma's house, yes. But it's not you know what I'm craving? Ambrosia salad. Sometimes people put I feel like celery in it. I
don't know why every time I see ambrosia salad, I think of what's George Bush's wife's name?
Barbara Bush?
Barbara Bush.
Uh-huh.
I think of Barbara Bush when I see ambrosia salad. I don't know why.
Does Barbara Bush remind you of ambrosia salad?
Yes.
It's a very Blue Bloods dish.
Just like a white lady with mayonnaise?
I just feel I could see her holding the dish. I don't know why. I feel like Barbara got down with some ambrosia salad.
Well, here's the thing. I think you're absolutely right. And I think George brought the Vienna sausage and the Spam before they cleaned it up.
Look, it tastes better made from scratch.
Oh,
Where
I bet.
do they have ambrosia prepackaged?
They
ambrosia?
better not.
Oh my God, that's what he should have peed on.
He should have peed on the packaged ambrosia. Not in my country. I'm going to write my name in this salad. My God. All right, you guys, that's all we have time for today. Make some noise for Aida. Please follow her. If she's on the road in your town, please go see her. Do you have any dates you want to plug or anything?
Just Ontario. Okay. I'll be at the Ontario Improv July 11th through the 18th. And I'm also going to be at the DC Comedy Loft October 16th to the 18th. Right now, that's what I got.
Perfect. And I will be in Brooklyn July 2nd at the Second City with Leslie Jones, Eleanor Kerrigan. So come check us out. And as always, we will see you next time on the Just Saying podcast. Have a great week, guys. Bye.